Yo, what is up, legends? Welcome back to the channel. Davidic here. This week is setup week. I'm messing around with audio. I'm messing around with a bunch of stuff. I have a mic that hopefully sounds nice right now. And so I figure let's do a patch notes reaction video. And I can give my thoughts on what I think about the patch, as well as talk about the channel and how it's going. I am pretty happy with the season 1 of my Legends of Runeterra adventures. Let me know what you guys think of the videos that I'm doing with my friends, and seeing if hopefully it helps from a beginner's perspective, being able to see someone at the very beginning learning how to play the game. But let's go ahead and read these patch notes. Alright, card updates. Gameplay system updates. Scout has been removed as a generatable keyword. Okay, so this is going to affect Hex Core. Okay, so Pantheon can't get it, Arsenal can't get it, and you can't get it from the acceleration gate. Okay. While it's important to have a mix of keywords of varying strength, Scout often outperforms. Yeah, Scout, pretty crazy when you get it onto something that has good stats already. Usually they nerf the Scout units. So like the Scout units have like generally weak stats to kind of balance out the fact that they have the Scout keyword. Okay, so now copied spells count as being played. So this is going to affect Karma, Taric, Mirror Mage, and Jace. Following up, spells that are copied will now activate targeting quests such as Ezreal and Taric. They'll count towards making Lux Beams, and will now also activate Augments. Okay, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Ash level 1 now counts power reduction on units that already have 0 power. This is part bug fix, part gameplay clarity and functionality update. Now Ash should be somewhat less sad about being unable to level off of... Okay. Okay, so if something has 0 power and then you freeze it, then you can freeze it once again. Okay, Bard level 1 now counts units that buff their own stats. We want to open up additional deck building possibilities for Bard and address confusion around what counts for his level up quest. I was generally confused on Bard's level up. So I'm actually not even sure how this actually... I'm still confused. I'm still confused. Okay, Ezreal, he got increased. Now he levels up when he has 8+ targets. I am not surprised. I saw this coming. Ooh, Hecarim level 2. Ephemeral allies have +3/+0. That is how it was before, and now it's changing to when I level up, grants ephemeral allies everywhere. Oh, that's dope. Okay, so now when you level up Hecarim, it's an aura. That's awesome. We want the payoff for ephemeral decks to be more consistent by guaranteeing Hecarim's buff on leveling up, even if he dies in combat. Yeah, that is amazing. That's really cool. I like that change a lot. Ooh, Irelia gets a tune. Okay. I think I am hoping that by this point, it'll be okay. Yeah, so let's see the explanation. Over the course of several archetype nerfs, Irelia has become much less satisfying. We want to strike a cleaner balance between her power level and her gameplay satisfaction. Irelia was pretty weak. So right now I'm leaning on the side that this is a good change, but I'm really hoping that she doesn't take over like crazy. Okay. Ooh. Calista swapping her stats. Now, she used to be a 4-3, now she's a 3-4. Swapping states here. Oh, swapping stats. That's a typo. On the let's see who. Let's. I don't want to scroll down and see who wrote this, but yeah, definitely a typo right there. Swapping stats here gives Kalista some more innate tankiness and will increase her ability to engage in combat and level up. Yeah, this is cool. I like this change. It makes more sense. In LOR, generally it's better to have health than it is power. Okay, so keyword. So Shen now gets barrier on play. Oh. Okay, but they increase it. Okay. So they keep Shen's level up condition the same. It's effectively the same, but now he gets barrier. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, Shen's play rate is among the lowest in LOR. We want to give him a bit more immediate ability to attack or block to give him some more combat control with added potentially whoever wrote this, there could have been some benefit from getting it spell checked by some other teammates on the LOR, on the Riot side of things. I apparently can't talk. Apparently they can't write. I can't talk. So they should say with added potential to level him up and realize the Shen dream. Okay, very cool. I really like Shen and Jarvan as an archetype, and that seems to be the champion changes. Overall, I'm a little bit confused on the Bard level up. I think the Ashe quality of life change is very nice. Azriel, he got a little too crazy with the play and cast change. So I think it's very fair to increase his level up condition up to 8. Hecarim getting the aura effect permanently, even if he leaves the field, is amazing. Irelia probably could have used the attune. She was definitely weak. Hopefully this, I don't think this will take it too far, but I'm glad that Irelia is getting a little bit of love. As long as it's balanced, I'm about it. And then Shen getting barrier, very cool. So with the champion changes, I would say I'm pretty happy with it. Alright, so let's move on to followers, spells, and landmarks. Aftershock, going from 4 mana to 3, and now it's changed from deal 3 to anything or destroy a landmark. Ooh, deal 3 to a follower or destroy a landmark. Okay, we'd love for more landmark removal to be more viable, and identified Aftershock as a card that could help provide more widespread interactive counterplay against landmarks. That's pretty good. Yeah, it being able to hit the Nexus and be 3 mana, I would just throw this in. If they didn't change it to deal 3 to a follower, if it was left in its previous form, where you could deal 3 to anything, everyone would just jam this into burn aggro, and like Annie Jhin would just be that much more insane. So I think this was very smart direction. Okay. Avatar of the Tides, I don't know what this card is, but it's getting a point of health, adding a bit of health. Okay, I'm not gonna read that card. Alright. Ooh, Hearthguard gets a point of health. Returning Hearthguard to his former glory to give Freljord mid-game units a boost. Very nice. Ooh, alright, I like these Freljord buffs. Freljord in my top 4 favorite regions. And yeah, the Bjerg gets an extra point of health is a very welcome sight. Yes, Blighted Caretaker. Let's put it back to 2-1. It used to be a 2-1 originally. Rest in peace, Brightsteel Protector. You're still OP. Brightsteel Protector, don't worry. You're still OP. Yep. Yeah, so I actually like this change. I think, yeah, Brightsteel Protector was a bit OP. Maybe they could have kept her as a 2-2. I think that's what I would have preferred. Seeing her as a 2-2. I think the 2-1 is a little bit overkill. I think she would have been just fine as a 2/2, but I understand. I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad about it. Bright Steel Protector is still a really powerful card for Demacia, and most likely it's just giving her some weaknesses is pretty good to do that, because yeah, she was too crazy. She had a premier stat line for a 2-drop 3/2 2-drop that can block fearsomes, and then the 2 health saved it from pings. So I would have preferred to have seen this as a 2/2, but I get the 2/1. I'm also very biased because I do like Bright. Yeah, I'm just biased. Okay, so Cavern Dragon's getting an extra point of health, going from a 4/3 to a 4/4. Okay. And the Cavern Dragon says, play, I strike an ally or deal 3 to your Nexus. And then when I slay a unit, drain 1 from the enemy Nexus. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I'm digging this. Alright, let's see this Chief Nako Tech. I was excited about this card in the Nara expansion. I was pretty excited about it, but I was sad to see that it didn't get played. So now it says, when an ally the original is when an ally transforms, fully heal it and grant it +1/+1. Now it says, when an ally transforms, fully heal it, grants it +1/+1 and impact. Okay. Transform based Bandle City decks have historically not seen. Yep. So we're buffing Chief Nako Tech as a core synergistic card for new. Yeah, that's pretty dope. I like the Chief Nako Tech change. Crumble getting a cost reduction. Yeah, same thing with the Aftershock, just reducing the cost. Disintegrate. The change reads, damage mitigation now prevents units from Disintegrate's effect. The explanation is we want to add more healthy counterplay to Disintegrate, increase the clarity of its text and effects, and fix several buggy edge cases such as Disintegrate versus Barrier, Lifesteal, Tough, etc. Yeah, this just makes a lot of sense. It made no sense that it went through Barrier, it made no sense that it went through Tough. I don't know. Yeah, so this is how Disintegrate should have been printed, but better late than never. Better late than never. This card, another card I have no idea about, goes from 4 to 3 and is now a 2/3. Ember Monk was too inefficient to function within its archetype, so we're lowering its cost. Okay, so Ember Monk has quick attack and then reads, when you summon another ally, grant me +1/+0. This, I will be surprised if this sees play. So yeah, Barros, yeah, too much value. Reggie, you were my favorite, Reggie. Everyone was hating on you. I was not hating on you. I'm sad to see your power go down, but there's no reason to not play 3 as well. So just keep playing. If you're playing PNZ, keep playing 3 Pharaohs. This is a change I did want to see. Me and Reggie, we're best buds. Me and the Gleaming Lantern, we don't get along. We don't get along. So I feel no remorse for the Gleaming Lantern going from a 3/3 to a 3/2. And yeah, so that's cool. It'll still be strong. It'll still be strong. And then we have Hothead going from a 4/2 to a 3/3. Hothead reads, grant the top champion in your deck +1/+1 and a random keyword. This is pretty cool. There's a lot that needs to go right. Like, first you need to be able to attack with the Hothead. Then you need to draw the champion. But I think it's a good change. I think it's a good change. This can only help Hothead be more viable. So that's cool. Alright, Inspiring Marshall, going from a 4/5 to a 5/6. Marshall has had a hard time since his previous nerfs. We'll keep it as the top end for token decks and increase the stats to make it a bit more viable in Shuriman token decks. I welcome this change. So we got Irelia So yeah, Azir Irelia is probably gonna be a time to play it. It's just about how powerful will the deck be. I think it should be fine. I'm not too worried about Azir Irelia, but maybe I will be eating my words in a week. Alright, Justice Rider. Goes from a 3-4 to a 3-5. Whenever your opponent draws a flash bomb, trap randomly in the top 8. Whenever your opponent draws, plant one flash bomb trap randomly in the top 8 cards in the enemy deck. Now it's just getting a point of health. Okay, yep. Ooh, Kahiri. I've been wanting to play Kahiri for a while. Goes to a 5 cost. And now 3-3. Alright. I like the change. That is definitely a better change. Lady of Blood gets an extra attack stat, providing Lady a bit more combat viability to give slower Noxus discard decks a bit of a better curve. Okay. I think this is a pretty irrelevant change. It doesn't really matter. I don't see it affecting the meta in any way. Lava Lizard. I wanted to play Lava Lizard too. So now it just gets impacts right away. Legion Deserter gets the Fearsome. Okay. That is very fair. I like that Legion Deserter is a good card to build the decks around, but yeah, the Overwhelm was a little bit too much. It did close out games a little bit too quickly, a little bit too crazy, so I like the Fearsome change. It's still a big beater. Legion Deserter is still awesome. He's gonna grow huge and gigantic, especially with the Mist synergy. Alright, more Freljord. Oh wow. Base stats 3-3 to 2-4. And then now it goes to a 4-6. Okay. Yeah, being able to survive at 4 health. The difference between 3 health and 4 health, very big difference there. So overall, the Merkwolf Shaman will be able to survive more, which means you'll be able to get the transform effect and then draw a unit. Okay, well, let's see what they did to the Broadwing. Oh, okay, when you summon an ally, grant me Challenger. We're opting for a small nerf to Broadwing that will ease some of the early round tension of playing against it, while also giving more windows for potential counterplay. Okay, so I like this. It's the same thing as Fleet Feather Tracker, and you still get a 3-3, but yeah, the Petricide Broadwing was it needed to be toned down a tad bit, so yep. And now Promising Future goes to 6 mana. We're greatly slowing down the ability to double down on landmarks and introduce more obvious windows for counterplay. Oh, this one's tough. I am not sure how Thralls will fare. This is a big hit. This is a big hit for Thralls. You can still copy the landmarks with Talia, but going from 4 to 6, that's a big hit. Don't my Quicksand. Okay, so the change is when targeting 2 units, give them -1 and disable their positive keywords this round. When targeting, okay, alright. We're happy with the increased interaction previous Quicksand changes has provided Shurima, but are pushing a small follow-up to make it less of a combat blowout and reduce the overall safety it provides to more greedy decks. That's fair. Quicksand, I really did enjoy the Quicksand changes. Shurima, one of my favorite regions. So, I think this is a fair change. I think this is a fair change. Quicksand did need to get touched, and I'm happy with this. So far, I'm generally happy with this patch. They're all pretty on point. Okay, the Stellacorn gets a point of health. Ooh, Rex comes back to a 7-5. Other Bilgewater control decks have slowly moved out of the metagame with time and nerfs to keywords. Returning Riptide Rex to his former glory should give some slower and mid-range Bilgewater decks more viable top-end cards. Rex is back. Rex is back. Prepare to see games ended by Riptide Rex. I do enjoy 8 mana is such a sweet spot for a finisher. Because you both players want the game to end. Unless you're crazy and you want to be playing a game for 20 minutes, like 8 mana is a perfect mana point to have an ender, and Riptide Rex, I believe, is gonna effectively close out games. So that's cool. That's cool. Riptide Rex is just a fun card. Just a fun card. Okay, so the instant sentry that the Sands of Time creates is now fleeting. And the explanation is that instant sentry, being a 0-cost card that can be held in hand for an ideal combo timing, gives thrall decks a bit too much agency over when to advance their landmarks. We think this adjustment aligns the functionality a bit closer to our design standards for cards that are created in hand. It was just weird that the instant sentry was not fleeting. Like it really did feel like I was cheating being able to create that instant sentry and it wasn't fleeting. So okay, I agree with this change. I am sad about the promising future change. I got masters with Frozen Thralls and I like the deck. I'm a degenerate combo player. So alright, Squeaker gets an extra point of health. Arsenal, okay. Arsenal, they're buffing 1 power and 1 health because now it can't get Scout anymore. The Prefect becomes a 2/3. Okay. Yeah, this card was pretty bad, so yeah. Alright, Trifarian Assessor. I'm very excited about this. Yeah, Trifarian Assessor, a long time ago, it was Ash and Sejuani was running around everywhere, and that's what I climbed to Masters with in the Season of Plunder, or I'm not sure exactly which, but this card never needed to be 5 mana. It never needed to be 5 mana, so I'm very happy to see it brought back to 4. Vanguard First Blade gets an extra point of health. Windfarer Hatchling gets an extra point of health. Yodel Contraption, landmark removal. They're reducing all the landmark removals to 4. Alright. And then Zenith Blade now reads, give Overwhelm this round. Okay. So Zenith Blade should be a solid go-to repeatable buff for decks, but its power output should be a bit more narrow, concerning the low amount of card resources required to grant up to 3 units Overwhelm, especially given the additional synergies and stats repeated Zenith Blades provide. I think this is a good change. Just being able to... You still get the Overwhelm. For the round. So yeah, it'll take a little bit more skill to play. It's not going to be as brain dead just playing the Zenith Blades and having Overwhelm permanently. That was kind of getting out of hand. So this patch is gonna shake up the meta pretty heavily, because the top 2 decks were the Frozen Thralls and then Viego Legion Deserters. The Legion Deserter, where you at? He lost his Overwhelm, now he has Fearsome. And then I think Thralls might be dead. The Promising Future hit is way too much. And then also they buffed all the landmarks and stuff. But now the 2 new decks which didn't get touched, are the Nami Shadow Isles Tell Stones deck, where it's elusives, and then it buffs up, Nami buffs up the elusives, and then some form of Bard Galio, Bard Demacia. So those are the two new up and comers that have been rising in popularity. But I really like this. So let me go over my favorite change. I like this Windfarer Hatchling getting more health. This has been a strong card in Foundations, but since then has been power crept, because I'm pretty sure they nerfed it a few times, maybe. I'm not 100% on that, but I really like the Trifarian Assessor change. I like the Riptide Rex change. I'm happy to see the Riptide Rex change. The Broadwing, the Petricide Broadwing, and the Legion Deserter were too strong. They needed to get nerfed. And then Gleaming Lantern needed to get nerfed. Disintegrate needed to make sense. And let me actually read this card. What does this say? If you would get a mana gem, instead refill your spell mana. When you play a spell, create in hand a random spell that costs 3 or less and give it fleeting. So whenever you play a spell, you get a random one that is fleeting. Maybe you could play some decks with this, but I don't have too much hope. I don't have too much hope for it. But yeah, that's the patch. I think it's very solid. There's gonna be a lot of stuff to mess around with. We'll have to see how dominant the Nami Shadow Isles decks are and the Bard Demacia decks are. I would say Viego is in a great spot. I think the Legion Deserter change just makes the deck a bit more fair, but I think it's still tier 1. Then you have Viego tier 1. You have Nami Shadow Isles Elusives tier 1. Bard Demacia tier 1. And then Frozen Thralls was tier 1, but I think the deck is dead. So I think those are the 3 decks that you're gonna have to. Those are gonna be the 3 decks to beat on the ladder. And I'm not gonna read the Path of Champions stuff. We get some cool visuals. That's nice. I like that. Fizz looks pretty dope. Alright, but I feel like, oh yeah, let us check. I am interested in these emotes. Who is this? Just a random old man? Okay. So he's trying to play his song and there's a brawl going on in the background. Interesting. Alright, and then we got some bug fixes. More synergy, Ruben. There were a couple typos in here. I was an editor for Purdue's newspaper. If you guys need an editor, I will gladly proofread these patch notes for you. This has been a long video. That's all I got. I still have a jank set up. As you can see, the OBS in the background. But we're getting there. Hopefully the audio sounds nice. And we're going to be back at it with the new patch. Season 2. Season 2 will begin at the start of the new patch. Thank you so much for watching if you made it this far. If you enjoy my content, leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. And remember to always stay legendary.